So in this, we are going to see some technicalities like functions, etc. I'll show you the overview also, and we'll see some technical details of the language to provide you a slightly broader view of this C++ basic facilities, and also to provide more systematic view aspect of those facilities. We will also present the notions presented so far such that the types, functions, and initializations are better understood, and which provides you with an opportunity to explore this tool without adding new programming techniques or concepts. So, as I suggested, we are going to see technicalities, the declaration, definition, headers, and the preprocessor scope. Most of them we have already introduced, but let us have some formal explanation of all of these. In functions, we'll see declarations and definitions, arguments, and what is call by value reference and const const reference. And then we'll see namespaces like using declarations in later discussions. So language technicalities, what is the technicality means every programming language has some technical aspect which is somewhat different from the other language. So programming language, of course, it's like a foreign language. The way you learn French or say Hindi or any other language, it's like a programming language which is not known to you. So while you are learning a foreign language, you have to see and you have to learn about the grammar and the vocabulary so that you can be well versed with this language. These programs must be precisely and completely specified. That is, computer is not enough intelligent to understand this programming language. This may be a wrong statement, but because only you are responsible for making that computer work. Though they are strong machines, but still the guiding factor is you. So what you want to say is or has to be very clear, because what you say may not be understood in the way you want the computer to understand. And we have various C++ standard right now. The present standard is this. We know and we should know the rules of this C++ 14. Then what we study in the programming, the outputs, program system, and the programming language, the tool which actually facilitate all these should be well understood. So what are the technicalities means don't put your time on these minor syntaxes and semantic issues, since there are much more way to say many things. If you make a program, if your friend is making a program, don't think that he might be writing in a good manner, because you and him can actually present the same logic in different way, just like an English language. So most design and programming concepts are quite universal, and they are widely with all programming language. So what you are going to see in C++, you can very well be equipped with implementing it for the other languages. But some language technicalities are specific to the language which you are learning. But as I suggested, these are all relatives: C, C++, Java, C hash, and all languages, some or the other way, they are interrelated. Means they can be having some or the other technicalities that may be similar. Let's start with this declarations. This declaration, it introduces a name in a scope. Scope is the block, or in deeper terms, brace contains or braces or this round brackets that you say, these are the braces. Inside this we call it a block, and the declaration also specifies a type for the named object. And sometimes a declaration also includes an initializer. Means I'll show you here with the example. A name must be declared before it can be used in C++ program or in any language. If the name is not defined or name is not declared, you will not be able to use it. If I say that to my family or my office that okay, someone is going to come, and if I don't tell the name or I don't pre-inform them, they might not be knowing who is coming. That is the whole idea. For example, this int a equal to 7, this is an integer variable named as a, which is declared. And this const double cd equal to 8.7, this is a double precision floating point constant, because const, this makes this 8.7 or cd very restrictive, as you are not able to change it. This will be a constant throughout the program. Then double sqrt double, that this is actually a function. This round brackets, they suggest this to be a function. The function name is sqrt. So this is a function taking a double argument, and it is also returning the result in the form of double only. And this is a vector. We have already talked about vector, and this is a vector variable of this token. Token is a variable, and this is the v. V is the name of the vector. So declarations are frequently introduced into a program through your headers. So header is a file which contains declaration providing an interface to other parts of the program. We are specifically talking about .h only, but in your program also you can declare it somewhere, but it's always a good idea to place it in .h, because it provides you with an abstraction. You don't have to know the details of the function like cout in order to use it. I don't know if someone of you who might be having some or the other idea about C++, they might be aware of the cout. I'm not sure, because cout, why are you going into the details of cout? You are known, or you are knowing that cout does what, and it is defined in this particular .h. So this provides a kind of abstraction, and the cout becomes easily available and you can easily use it. In this, we have at least 3 errors. What kind of error is this? If you don't declare or if you don't include this file, we will surely be getting at least 3 errors. Why? First is the cout, then this fi, and this /n. Now, not this /n, but cout, f and I. This will create a /n will not be a problem at all. But what will be the problem? Let us add stdlib facilities.h, and as we add it, we certainly receive much error-free program. Means we will get rid of this error because cout is defined in .h. But what about this fi? First of all, I is not declared. What is I? Then this is a function. So two things are not defined. The function is not defined and the variable is not defined. So we'll have still we will be confronted with these 2 errors. Try to define your own functions and variables. Like we find the declaration of cout in here, it will be good. And what about this fi? For this fi, we need to declare a function f with some variable. Now, int I equal to 7, because I am trying to use this I. If you are just declaring this function with some variable inside and you are using fi, I still have to be added, because this is a block, and in this block this I has to be known. Either you make it global, that is not a good idea, and if you are not making it global, you have to have a local I to call this fi. And what is this f? This is already declared here. So this program or this snippet or short program will not give you any errors. Then comes the definitions. The declaration that has fully specified the entity declared is called a definition. This was a declaration. This was the definition. Means if you say int a equal to 7, int a, this is a kind of declaration only. But once you assign a value like 7 to a, this becomes a definition. This is just a declaration because this is an uninitialized integer. This is an uninitialized empty vector on doubles. This is a function body, means this is uninitialized, and this is a structure with the name point, and inside it you have two variables x and y. This is also kind of a declaration only. But this particular example of declaration that are not definitions are like this. Function body is not there, struct point is there, and in here let me change my statement that this is called a definition. Why? Because structure has already defined what this point structure will contain. And if I will change my statement here also. Why? Because if this function has something inside it, or the statement inside it, a function with a body is presented, then this will be a definition. This will be a definition, right? We are defining it actually. We are not just declaring it. And this function body is missing, so these are declarations but not definition. This is a declaration but not definition, but this becomes definition. Extern int a, again it's not extern means not definition. This extern is for external, a value which is declared somewhere else, means in different file. Hope you got the idea of definition, declaration. You can define something or variables define, but what can happen is once you define int a and you are trying to define int a again, there will be an error called double definition. If you are trying to define a function and you are unknowingly defining it again with similar prototype, this is called prototype. Prototype means this is how it looks, this is how it will work, and whenever you are going to give another prototype, an error will be thrown. So try not to do this, but the compiler will surely be complaining if you are forced to do it. You can declare something twice. You can't define something twice, but you can easily declare it. How? Int a equal to 7. This is a definition because you are actually assigning a value. Extern int a, as I just suggested, that this is a declaration. This is also a declaration because there is no body. But here you have a body. Function is defined. You have some statements in here. So this is called a definition. And this is a declaration also. So there are two things. You are defining a equal to 7, but int a means there is a value a which is integer type. So you are declaring also. So in these cases, in these two cases, you are actually declaring and defining together. So to refer to something, we need its declaration. Sometimes you want the definition somewhere else, maybe later in the file. So let us, as I gave the example, that you need to know somebody to make him enter your house. Because if I told you, okay, this guy is going to come, and I told the name, then you'll be understanding, okay, maybe an hour after or maybe a day or two, he's going to come. So you are ready. This is happening with the program, C++ program also. Because the declaration or the declaration will make these functions or these statements which are using it pre-known that, okay, this is going to come. So you may define later on, but you need to declare it at the first, or maybe in other file. So declaration are used to specify interfaces for your own code or to your libraries. And for a larger program, try to place all declaration in a header file to make your sharing easy. These are the kinds of declarations. Variables, like how can you declare a variable like int x? You have vector int vi, this is the name, and you can just give 1 2 3 4. So in this case you are declaring also and defining also. In this way, how you can define a constant, this const means constant, and this is a type of another version of constant declaration, because you have const here. There is a space between this, so don't worry about that. There'll be a space. And double square double d, and what you have done is you have not given anything. This is inside your code, so this is also kind of declaration. We'll be talking about namespace, types, and templates later. Header files and the preprocessor. Now this is very important. What is a header file? Which is on the head. So header file that holds declaration of various function types, constants, and various other program component. They are in header. For example, this construct is this particular hash make this particular line or statement a preprocessor directive that adds declarations to your program. So typically this header file is simply a text file, a source code file. This header provides you access to these functions, types, etc. that you would like to take care in your program. Usually you don't really care about how they are written. Same discussion about cout, you don't worry about how it is written, you just use it. So the actual function types are defined in other source code files, often as part of libraries. This is how the organization should be. For example, you have a token.h file, token.cpp, and it is using some use.cpp. This is your actual token.h. So all these declarations are taking place here. In this token.cpp, you are actually implementing it, but one line you should really care about is you are including this token.h in your .cpp file. Why you are including it? Because you want your CPP to know the whereabouts, the presence, and the declaration of all those values which you are going to use it directly. And in this particular case, you are trying to use some use.cpp. It means there is some use.cpp, and in this you are also using this token. How you're going to use it? Because if you are using token, or token can be anything, you don't worry about what is token, but you are using it, so you have to include this token.h. So how this one token.h or a header file can be utilized in an abstracted way, this is a very good example. A header file defines an interface between this user code. This is a user code and this is an implementation code. This is usually in a library. This same hash include declaration in this both CPP files is consistency checking. Then let us come to the scope. What is a scope? It is a region of a program text. Inside this, all the stuff which is inside it, these are in scope. You can have various scopes, like you can have global scope. What is it? It is outside any language construct. You can have a class scope, that is within a class. You can have a local scope between these braces, as I suggested just here, and statement scope, that is in for a for statement. You have a statement, and for that you can have a scope. This name in a scope can be seen from within this scope and within scope nested within that scope. You have a brace inside this, you have a brace inside that, you have a brace. So the scope is valid, but only at the declaration of the name, that is can't look ahead. I'll show you with that examples. Don't worry about this. And class members can be used within this class before they are declared. Why this scope is there? Because we want to keep things local. We want to prevent variable function from interfering with any other. Real programs have thousands of entities, so it's better to be local. So try to keep names as local as possible. For example, here I'll show you where we are using it. First of all, we don't have any V here, I, R, neither three of these are seen inside. But once you come inside, once you go inside this class, this V starts looking, means you are able to see it. So V is in a class scope. Please understand, if it is inside a class, it is in a class scope. But if you have a function inside your class, this largest, again, because this is a function of this class, this is a variable of this class, this variable and this function are having a class scope. While in this function you are declaring and defining R. You are declaring and defining I. This is a I. And still here we have I and R. We have I and R. This is called R is it inside this function is a local, but I is in a statement scope. I is just inside this for, because int I is here, int I equal to 0 is just in the statement. So if you would try to access I, you will not be able to get it. But since R is in this local scope of this function, you will be able to use R. But even if you come after, or if these braces have ended and you want to access R, you will not be able to access this R. And if you want to access V, because V is inside your class, now you want to access V here, you will not be able to do it because V is inside this class. And since V is not been given any access modifier, by default it will take the access modifier as private. Private things are not accessible outside your class. Then you have a function here, and above it you have declared int x and y. This is a global variable, and try to avoid this where you can, and if it is impossible, then only you can use it, inevitable cases. Int y, another good variable, but global variable, not to use it. But just for the sake of completeness of global variables that may be used in your C++, I am just highlighting it. Int x is a local variable. Now there are two x's. One x is this, which is having a global scope. This x is having a local axis. This x equal to 7 is local, not the global, not this one. This x is not this one. You may be tempted, for the beginners, though these students may be tempted that okay, this x is defined, let me use it. No, this x is inside. This x has nothing to do with this x, except that they have the same name. There is nothing common. X is inside this. X has been declared as a local variable. Now x equal to 7, we have a local x and not the global x. Inside this, int x equal to y, you have another global local x. You have another local x. So see the beauty of the programming. You have a global x, you have another local variable, you have another local x initialized by the global y. Now this y, if it is not declared anywhere, this y will directly go to this y. Means this y and this y is exactly same. This x and this x, they are not same because they are in different scope. But once you have not defined any y, this y will surely be taking this value. Okay, and this plus plus x will be what? This will be this x, not this, neither this nor this. So avoid such complicated nesting and hiding. Try to give some logical names so that this confusion can be removed. So we'll be taking care of all these things in detail in a later session. Thank you so much. Take care.